Hi everyone, and this is Samantha, and I'm coming to you today with a live. That's my son back there, Malachi. And so today I'm going to talk about the importance of surrendering to your twin flame journey. And so the reason why I wanted to talk about this because there's some certain things that I've recently experienced on my twin flame path, which led me to a place of surrendering and just allowing this journey to unfold in the way that it should, giving it up over to divine timing and just be fully present in the here and now. In the past, I had a difficult time surrendering, and for the most part I had issues with control. I wanted things to look and feel a certain way. I wanted my divine counterpart to behave in this, in what we view as the ideal mate for us, right? But the truth is, this journey is not just about having a relationship and about romance and all that kind of stuff. This relationship is about self-actualization and putting yourself in a position where you can help heal and nourish and feed the world with your wisdom and with your love and with your gifts. And so surrendering it was extremely hard for me. There were times where, I consider myself the runner twin and the chaser twin. So, my twin and I, we would go through this dance of running and chasing, but I was doing the running for the most part after I've done the chasing, and then when I realized my twin was never running, he just there, he was always present, and I'm like, okay, when I stop running, I'm like, why aren't you chasing me, right? Because in the natural order of things, it's the male that does the chasing, right, and the female that's receptive. And so he wasn't doing any of that. He was just present. So if I came around, he was there, and if I didn't come around, he was still there. And the difficult thing about the twin flame journey is we have to shed all our conditioning and our beliefs about who we think we are, who we think our twin is, and the romanticizing of this journey. And as I said, it is more than just love and romance. The truth is, love is the embodiment of the twins once we step into our power. So I've been in the state of surrendering for the past, let's say, 3 months, and it wasn't even real surrendering because I measure my efforts based on how much I held back, how much I stopped chasing, how much. Okay, sorry about that. Um, there was a slight issue with the internet. So as I was saying, for the most part, I struggled to surrender, and when I thought that I've done um, the work was never been completed, and I don't think we'll ever get to the place where we won't stop doing the work. As long as we exist on earth, there's always some thing in our life or within ourselves that we would we would and we need to improve on. So I don't think we'll ever stop doing the work. But I was fooled. I was like, you know what? I've done this, I've done that. I gone through the the different stages of the journey. You know, I'm learning to use exercise unconditional love, to be patient and have faith. And patience and faith is another thing that I struggle with, and I'm still working on. And it's the two things that my divine masculine have taught me. Patience especially. He always say that I lack patience. And even when I like, when are we gonna get married? When are we gonna do this? We should have done this together. Like, when are we gonna move in? When are, all these things, all these expectations of what a 3D relationship supposed to look like. I projecting that onto my DM, and all he keeps saying, Sam, you need to be patient. Sam, you need to be patient. Like, he has things to do. There are things that he haven't, accomplished as yet. And so, even though our union is spiritual, it's in the 5D, and we're trying to ground it in the 3D, our DMs are not going to approach us unless they have something that they can offer us. And that's reality. They will not approach us unless they have something to offer. Because even though they're still spiritual beings having a human experience, men are very, 3D. 3D in their thinking. So if he doesn't have either good finance to bring to the union, he's not going to come. If he doesn't have a house to bring to the union, he's not going to come. If he still have all these baggages from his past and he still have like karmics and stuff to deal with, he's not going to come. So while he's working on getting himself together so he can have a solid offer for you, you have to do your part. And that part involves you working on yourself, you going back to your divine feminine essence. And the divine feminine essence is one that's of receptivity. So you have to, and creativity. So you have to step into a space of creativity and receptivity in order for you to bring that union into being. And I would say that I'm already in union. May not be in physical union, but I know I am in spiritual union for the mere fact that I've had synchronicities, I've seen the signs, I've had the dreams to suggest that we are already in union. And I also seen the synchronicities and the signs and the dreams to suggest that union is approaching. And every time I get this close to it, every time I get this close to it, I do something to sabotage it. I don't know why. And I don't know why I do that. But again, it's the universe way of saying you still have work to do. Um, there's still more healing. It's more healing to do, especially when your DM triggers you in a certain way. It says, yeah, you still got work to do. So I would say, I think for the most part, we've covered our bases in terms of, we're still going through our purge. I would say we covered our bases in terms of triggering each other. And I've come to the place where when he triggers me, not to run away and go in silence. And then when he tries to reach out, I'm still filled with pain and hurt. And then I just lash out at him, say a lot of hurtful and negative stuff, which repels him. and drives him to not want to take action. And I find every time that happens, it's like we repel each other every time that happens. So what I learn to do now, when something that comes up that makes me feel uncomfortable or triggers me in any type of way, I try to deal with it the same day. So I speak to him about it the exact same day. I say, look, you know, this is how you made me feel, you know, X, Y, and Z. And he's open because when was it? A few days ago, we had, I would say, our first open dialogue about how things have transpired recently, even though we didn't have much time to talk about it. But that space of time, because we did it in, you know, in a compromising position, but it was good. It was interesting, and he opened up and he said, you know what? He kissed me on my forehead and he said, "Thank you for opening up to me. Thank you for telling me how you feel." And and then I messaged him back and I said, "Well, I don't think I've spoken enough." There me again. I don't think I've spoken up enough because there's so much things I still need to say. And so you know what I've come to accept, instead of just holding and like building on this all these hurts that he has caused you, I'm just like, you know what, just let it go. Just let it go. Allow it, because you cannot enter this new beginning if you're still holding on to the past. So I just let it go, and I just treat every day with him as it's a new day. So again, like I said, if something comes up today, I'm gonna try to deal with it today. I'm not gonna try to deal with something that happened, 6 months ago, because if it do comes up again, I will deal with it. But I'm not gonna go, okay, I won't be like, okay, let's say we're out to dinner, or we're just chilling and just having fun, enjoying each other's company, and I go, like, I bring up something that happened 6 months ago that just pisses me off, and you know what that does? It changes the whole tone of the evening. And then, especially if he's already put the past behind, and if it's something that he probably done wrong, and I bring it up, even though we're in a positive frame of mind, we both decide, hey, we're gonna move forward because this is what we want, and I'm bringing it up, what do you think is gonna happen? He's gonna pull the wall up, especially if we're still going through, that getting to know each other. He's gonna put a wall up, and then when he puts the wall up, and I feel like, hey, you're not communicating with me in the way that I want you, and I expect you to communicate with me, then I'm gonna still throw a tantrum, right? So it's very important, ladies, that we get our emotions in check and learn to forgive and not be bamboozled by what's happening in the 3D reality, because everything that he does or didn't do in the 3D reality would just trigger me off. Like everything, like from his WhatsApp statuses to his Facebook posts, just everything, right? And my my divine masculine is the type that wants to save the world, right? and and when I say want to save the world, he's always making himself available for everyone. And so it frustrates me sometimes, because I'm like, you're giving from an empty cup. I'm like, babe, can you like just focus on you? Like, get you right and do those things, and let's focus on us, and then he would say to me, he's like, oh, there you go again, trying to control how I should behave, and what I should put out into the world. And so he's always making himself available to people, and especially lots of women. And so how us women, how we don't respond too well with having a lot of female around our man. And so I had to get used to that. I had to get used to the fact that, okay, it's not all the females that are in his life are not related to, establishing a relationship or having sex or, those kind of things. But when in fact, like, he may be coming from a genuine space, but some of these women may have an agenda, right? But I can't tell him, well, you shouldn't talk to AC, or you shouldn't help Stacy because, I know what Stacy's about, or, I know Stacy, you know, I had decided to take a step back and trust him and just allow him to be him, and which is being a man. And so, providing that he respects my boundaries, and he respects our union and what we're building towards, then anything outside of that is fine by me, right? If he were to then go out of the way, I'm gonna tell him about it. Or if he makes me feel uncomfortable, I'm gonna tell him about it. And so, for the most part, at this stage, I think it's important for us to be in a state of surrendering. And he said something to me very recently. When we had our mini, because I don't think it's a full blown reconciliation, but I'm not even worried about how it comes, right? But he said to me recently, because as we were like briefly rehashing certain issues that happened in the past, he says to me, you know what, Sam, a lot of these things that you were telling me, they're self-inflicted wounds. These are things that you're causing on yourself, but you're projecting it in such a way that I am like, as in he's the one that are doing these things for me, doing these things to me. And I was thinking, I was like, you know what, you're right. You're absolutely right. And I'm not gonna give him a pass, because there's some times when he was behaving like a real asshole, right? And I tell him. But then there are also times, well, a lot of times I feel like I put myself in situations and put myself through experiences that I could have easily avoided. And I did that because there was a space of lack within me. I felt like if I didn't do this, or if I didn't act a certain way, or if I wasn't, playing the whole traditional girlfriend role, then therefore he's gonna go off and find somebody else. Another woman's gonna step up to the plate. And the truth is, if you are meant to come into union, and if this person is truly your divine masculine, it doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter what they do. When the judgment is set, the judgment is set. Right? And the Bible says, if you have faith as small as the mustard seed, you can move mountains. So, ladies, to summarize, I say, hold back, reevaluate your emotions, reevaluate your journey. Ask yourself, what do you want? Do you want to continue this journey? And if you want to, you have to commit and say, hey, this is going to be a part of my life for the rest of my life. Or you'll be like, you know what, this is too hard for me. I don't want to deal with this bullshit anymore. And so therefore I'm done. I'm over. I'm gonna go look for a soulmate. I'm just gonna find a karmic. I'm just gonna live my life, and I'm just gonna get off of that twin flame journey. Right? Just clearly decide what you want. And no one's gonna judge you for it. The only person gonna judge you for your decisions is yourself. Not even God's gonna judge you. You choose the life that you want to live, right? You choose how you want to live your life. So, and for some time now, like I was like, hey, I don't want to be on this twin flame journey anymore. It's too hard. It's too painful. Like, oh my God, when will it end? When will it end? I'm like, can we just hurry up and get into union already? Can we just have some babies? Can we just get our own house? Can we just get married? Can we just, you know, have our own little family? Let's just get it over with already. But it doesn't work that way, because if we were to come into union prematurely, we're gonna, as fast as we come in, is as fast as we're gonna go out. Because I'm not 100% ready to get into union, and he's not 100% ready to get into union. And if we're not whole within ourselves, we won't be able to give each other the best versions of ourselves. We're gonna operate from a space of lack, and that's it's going to trigger a lot of, trauma. It's going to bring up a lot of pain. We're going to be fighting. It's just going to be too much, to the point where, you know what, this is not working out for me. Somebody's going to pack their bags and they're going to leave, right? And I don't want to get there. So if I want to get into union, I need to do what it takes for me to get into union, and not just do it for the sake of getting into union, but for the sake as I see the benefits of, you know transmuting the negative parts of myself. I see the benefits in that. And for one, like, I'm an empath, and so it was very challenging for me to control my emotions. So, and a lot of things that he triggered in me, it's probably, let's say, past karmic wounds that we've accumulated throughout lifetimes. It can, might as well be, wounds from my past relationships, right? That I bring with me, that I didn't, let go. And so, one of the biggest lessons I had to learn was to learn to manage my emotions. And I'm still working on that. And I see the benefits in that, and it's necessary for to bring peace and harmony. It's powerful when a woman is not reactive. She know when to take a step back and, examine her feelings and honoring her feelings. You can talk about how you feel, but I don't think the message would be well received if you're screaming down your DM's throat and you just send them nasty text messages and making empty threats and all those kind of stuff, which I've done. I'm honest, I've done that. And every time I do that, he runs the opposite direction. You know? And so most recently, our most recent unfolding, I lashed out at him again because of a woman and him and his savior complex. And so I thought that, okay, there was something going on. And I felt like he was doing things for her which he should be doing for me. And so we had to clear the air about that. And once we cleared the air about that, he said to me, you know, I was this close in asking you to marry me, but then you lashed out. And so I had to take a step back. He was like, I don't think you're ready for marriage. I don't think you're ready for commitment. I don't think you're ready for marriage. I don't think you're ready for commitment. You know, you need to work on your emotions. And so he was like, for the next few months, I'm going to be monitoring your behavior. I'm going to be monitoring how, how you respond to me and how you communicate your feelings towards me. Again, I'm like, why the FUCK do I always have to be the one that's always under the test? Why it gotta be me? Why it gotta be me? Why it gotta be me? Why don't we look at the times when I have been, being there for you, and when I've been humbled and receptive? Let's go back to who I was in the beginning. Let's look at all that. Let's look at the effort that I put into a reunion. And oh, by the way, today, November the 7th, made 2 years when my twin and I have decided that we're going to be exclusive. So I don't even want to call it 2-year anniversary, because our exclusivity came along with an open relationship. So I'm going to talk about that in my next video, about my open relationship with my DM and how that unfolded and how I hated it and how it was miserable as fuck. But it was necessary. It was necessary. So look out for the next video. Thank you for watching and have a good day. Bye.